So with this in mind, we need to understand, what is the eternal purpose of Tisha B'Av? What's the mashmois and the nitzchias of Tisha B'Av? Al derech zeh yesh lahavan inyan ha'avelos ha'lachuban b'mei bein ha'matzarim b'Tisha B'Av shari etzel Yehudi kol ha'chagim ha'me'adam inyani nitzchi u'ma'u im kein tafked ha'yomim. What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Some people think, you know what the purpose is? We used to have a home, and it got destroyed. We celebrate that. Says the Nesiv Shalom, no. Am Yisrael einoi shomer azachroinoi shel avra ba'alma. Klal Yisrael, our nation, we don't think about the past. Im loy shehen kshurim lahoive v'la'asid. If they're not bound to the present and to the future. We don't cry over spilled milk. So therefore we have to understand and explain that there's something about Churban Beis Hamikdash that is not just about the past. It's about the present and it's about the future. Says the Nesiv Shalom, the mashmois of Avelus on the Beis Hamikdash is I hashlama im churbanai b'tshuka l'binyanai. We are not at peace with the fact that our home was destroyed, and a tshuka gaguim, a yearning that it should be rebuilt. She Yisrael eina mashlimim l'rega echad im zeh shebeis hamikdash charav. We're taking a stand. We're saying no. We're not going on without it. We're never going to forget it. It's not just that I'm mourning that we had a house and it burnt down and now we bought another house. It's that right now we're in a matzav of golus and we are not okay with that. We're spending one day of the year to say we don't agree. We are not at peace for 1 second with the fact that the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. And we are constantly remembering, we're yearning, and we're longing, and we're waiting, Masai, Yibana Beis Hamikdash. Like the Maimer from the Kubrina, the Heilige Kubrina says, Shagaru Abayosi, the worst thing in the world is Kasher, Mashlimim, and Mamatzav Kamoishahu. The worst thing in the world is if somebody's in a bad situation and he makes peace with it. He makes peace. Therefore, he's never going to try to fix it. We used to be close to Hashem. We saw open miracles. It was a Beis Hamikdash. Now people die and people get sick. Okay, I'm at peace. That's the worst thing in the world. The Kacha Asan Hagadol B'Yoser says the Nesiv Shalom. The worst danger for a Jew is Kasha Yehudi Mashlim She'ef Shalach Yisgam B'li Beis Hamikdash. The worst and most dangerous thing for a Jewish person is to think that, you know what? We can live without a Beis Hamikdash. There was once a billionaire who was forced to expel his beloved son from his home. The son wandered around. After many years, one of the friends of the king happened to meet the son. He was chatting with him. He saw the son is Nebuch Mamish, very poor. And he asked the son, you know, I'm going back home. You didn't see your father in a long time. I'm going back home to your father. Is there anything that you want me to say to him? Any message? Kid looks at him and says, you know, you could really do me a favor. Please ask him. Tell him that I need a new laptop and I can't afford it. Could you please send me a laptop? At that point, says the Nesiv Shalom, the man burst out in crying. He couldn't contain himself. He broke down. He said, have you strayed so far that you have already disconnected yourself from remembering who you are and where you belong? Why are you asking for some way to be comfortable in your exile? Why don't you ask me to beg your father to take you home? We all know how to cry out to Hashem for our pain. But we should cry out for the source of our pain. We should ask Hashem to take us home. And then all of our collective tzaris will go away. I cry out for my pain. You cry out for your pain. Everybody's crying for their pain. Physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual, a lot of pain. But if we all cried out, take us home, then all of our pain would go away. There would be no more pain in the world. Imagine how many Yidden are crying out in pain individually on their own tzaras. If we would all cry out for Mashiach, Mashiach would come. And then all of our pain would go away. When we daven to Hashem, we cry out to Hashem and we say, Hashem, please give me some money. Please give me this, please give me that. It's like, what? Why are you asking Hashem for a way to be comfortable in your galus? Why don't you ask Hashem to bring you home? Did you already forget that this is not real? That this is not where we belong? Oh Hashem, please help me to do a good business deal. Oh Hashem, everything we daven, even good things. We should get a good shidduch for our kid. Oh, this is all fake. This is all a life that came after a destruction where we and Hashem were one. We didn't need any of these tefillahs. We had everything. And that's the pain of davening for something so small-minded. The pain of davening that make my life in Gullus better. Still going to die. We're still going to have pain. Other people are still going to die. No, we forget about that.